Hello and welcome back. Today we're at Hillingdon. This is a 234 crit on a Sunday. It's part of the Full Gas Spring series. Now, I want to be aggressive and essentially use this 234 race as kind of practice for the Tuesday evening E123 races, because I really want to win an E123 crit. So with this field here, we've got category 2 and category 3 riders, maybe even some category 4 riders. So it's an interesting balance. But for me as a category 2, it's kind of where I feel strongest and where I can really get stuck in and be aggressive. So we're on, I've jumped forward in here now 10 minutes into the race, and I've decided to join the party. We've got 2 riders off the front, so we're getting straight into the action, and I decide to snap over to them. As I do, I get to them quickly and they ease up, and I snap again because I want to break things up. I can sense there's gaps and I want to not waste that effort. I just made an effort to get up to them and they just sat up, so I don't want to just waste that effort. So I go over the top and keep the speed really high, and just keep the pressure on. Basically, I'm trying to break things up and form a breakaway. That's how I tend to get success. I'm a kind of breakaway specialist. I've got a bit of a diesel engine, so I can kind of go in a small group and ride in a breakaway, and usually I can place fairly well in a sprint. That's how I tend to ride races. If I sit at the back and I just wait for a bunch sprint, the chances are there will be some punchy guys who have more pure sprinter type riders who have bigger kicks who will beat me. So I like to whittle things down and play to my strengths, which is just riding kind of consistent high power on the flat. So I'm keeping the pressure high here, but there's not a lot of collaboration from people behind me. So I get round this bend and I know it's lined out. I've looked over my shoulder and I think you turn into the headwind here, and I'm trying to ease people into coming round and giving me a turn. And I think I do get some assistance here from Kingston wheelers. And so I just want to slot straight onto that. And I want to use this wheel now to keep the speed high and then come off the wheel and keep pushing the pace. And I want to whittle things down and get it to a group of ideally kind of 4 riders, 5 riders would be a nice group. Anything between like 3 and 5 is kind of manageable. So here we go, I come through, take my turn, and we're keeping the speed high. As you come around the top section of this course here, it is kind of hard to keep the speed high because it does very slightly kind of kick up as you come around this bend. And you are going around a bend where you don't need to slow down at all. You can keep accelerating through this bend, but you do have to stay focused because it is a slight gradient and you're going into a bend. And then as you would come down here, today we had kind of tailwind into the little, it's like a little descent, and you take a left-hander and come around. And when I say descent and I say riser, it is a fairly fat course, but you've got to take into account these little rises. They do all matter. So we come around this bend, and then this is the short little kind of kick up to get you round to the back straight of the course. So I'm still chugging on the front here. I'm trying to tempt people to come through and help. Again, Kingston wheelers come through, so I get on that wheel. And things are definitely fractured behind, but there's still a peloton chasing. But it's windy today, so we can definitely break things up. So I come through here, and I take my turn, but we have kind of slowed. It's just the 2 of us who have been contributing on the front. So I get round this bend and I think, right, go on, let's fully commit. Let's put my head down and see what happens. Let's just do the whole headwind section in the most aero position I can do. So I get my head down and I really start pushing. And now, because I know there's a gap behind me, people are going to have to work hard. So anyone that gets up to me will have to commit to following me. So it's a case of trying to encourage people to come with me and start working. So I'm looking behind, I'm seeing who's here. There we go, I've just done the whole main home straight section, and one rider comes through, lovely. But I want the Kingston wheeler rider to also come through, and he doesn't, which is unfortunate because I've just let that other rider slip off the front now. You see I'm moving over to the side to encourage the other riders to come through, because I let that wheel go wanting another rider to come through, and yeah, now there's a big gap. So another rider does come through here, and I'm still dangling kind of on the front. The pace is really slowed, and right now I'm thinking, well, I just don't want to waste all the effort I've put in here and just let riders go. So I also, because another paceline rider came in front of me, and there's one paceline rider up the front, I didn't want him to hit the brakes around this bend and give a good gap to these two. So I punch it around these bends to get up to those two riders, because if I sit on the bunch, I've basically created the environment for these two riders to go off the front. So I don't want them to go without me there. So I'm putting an effort in here to join the party, trying to get aero and yeah, pushing big power. And now paceline comes through like a rocket, so I get on his wheel. Initially I was thinking he might stall me, he might ease up because there's a paceline right at the front, but he actually fully commits and he wants to get up there with his teammate, which is great for me. So he actually helps close this last bit for me and gets me up to them. And now there's a gap behind me, so we're away from the peloton, and we form up now to make a group of 4. So yeah, nice work from that paceline rider. Actually helped me get across there. Didn't need to make as much effort, and he just comes straight through, giving it big guns. And I let the other paceline rider filter onto his wheel. So that was perfect for me. That worked out quite well. And now we're a 4 up, so this is exactly what I wanted. 2 from one team isn't ideal, but I'm happy to work with it. So I'm committed to start pulling with this group. The initial paceline rider who got off the front, he's pulling as well, and then he flicks me through, and I want to tell them that I'm committed to this, so I start riding hard at the front as well. And this is it. This is how the break gets formed. So I do my turn, and then I flick through the 4th rider, who's a Raptor rider. I want to encourage him to come through, but I do a big old pull here because I really want to let them know that I'm keen to make this work. So by doing a big pull initially, it signals to them that yes, I want to work and get things going. So here we go. Now let the Raptor rider comes through, and I find my place on the back. Bit of a gap there, but there we go. I get on, and now and Raptor's keen to ride too. So this is perfect. We've made a 4 up breakaway, and we're away from the bunch. It's just a small gap. I think it's probably less than 10 seconds at this point, 5 to 10 seconds, but it's enough because we're holding consistent high speed here. So here we go, paceline on the front again, keeping the speed really high. I'm getting a nice draft here, and yeah, it's happy days. The break is formed. So we've got 36 minutes left in this race, so it's key not to go too hard to blow yourself up, but you do need to go hard enough to establish that gap. So paceline, the first rider that just peeled off there, he actually does blow himself up because he goes off the back now, so we've actually lose him. So while what he did was great for me and great for his teammate, because he put in a big effort to get our gap established, he actually kind of sabotaged his own race. So I think it would have been more advantageous for him to do a little bit less, maybe not bridge me straight up to them, work with me to get up to them. He would have been a bit fresher, and he would have been able to help his teammate longer in the breakaway. So now there's only 3 of us. We've gone down from 4 to 3, and that's still a good situation for me, because now I don't have 2 riders on the same teammate to deal with. So if there's 3 of us and we're strong and committed, we can hold off the bunch. But we do not have any time to dilly-dally. Like, we have to invest and work well as a group, which is what we do. So we keep things smooth, we share pretty equal turns, and we keep the speed consistently high. So it's a nice effort. It's like you're kind of just riding at threshold heart rate the whole time, really. There's no big surges, because we're each doing about a 20-second turn, maybe 30-second turn each, and then rolling off. So we keep things really smooth and keep that speed high. And that's it. That's how the break's formed, and that's how we get away. So I've jumped forward now. We're about to get the bell lap, 1 lap to go. This is where it gets super tactical. Okay, we've worked together until now. and I can sense this rider in front of me, the Raptor rider, is the strongest, and he's riding into the headwind now. So I decide I want to hurt him. So I do a surge here. I knew that they were going to be able to close me down. I just wanted to hurt that Raptor rider because I could sense he was the strongest out of the three of us as we were rotating. So I look over my shoulder and he's closed it down, but that would have hurt him more than me because I was sat on his draft before that. So, and then paceline, perfect timing, comes over the top. Could kind of see it coming though, so I put the effort in to close him down and bridge up to him. I didn't, oh, pigeons, watch out for pigeon gate. I didn't want to leave it up to the Raptor rider, and then he decided not to close it, and then this guy gets away. So I close it, he realizes he can't drop us here, and we're all still together as a 3. Now, this would have been a good time to attack. I probably should have attacked just here as I was carrying a bit more speed and got over the riser. But yeah, Raptor was right on my wheel, and at this point I decide I'm gonna try and do a sprint. So we're coming on the back straight now. We're getting a tailwind down here, and as we come around the top back to the home straight, it's a stonking great headwind. So we're all super cautious, and nobody wants to sit on the front. So we've left the pace line out there on the front. I'm second wheel, which I'm happy with, but I'm very nervous about the Raptor rider behind me. So I'm looking over my shoulder a lot. So normally when you do a sprint at Hillingdon, things are getting really wound up through this corner, and you kind of launch it as you come out the end of this corner just up here. But it's headwind and I'm being cautious. Probably too cautious, you're about to find out. So from here you can normally launch it and it's like a 15-20 second sprint, but I'm looking over my shoulder, the speed's low, I don't want to hit the wind first, so I just wait. Now in my head the gap on the left is closed and there's no room to go up, but it turns out it's not. So I'm looking over my right shoulder and I can't sense where the finish line is. I'm looking over my right shoulder and I get hit on the left, bam, and now I surge and I suddenly realise, hold on, the finisher's right there and I can't snap to him. He's got the jump on me, he's got a big sprint, and that's it. I only did about 7 seconds of sprinting there, and I just left it way too late, and it was, yeah, really bad sprint timing, really bad tactics. I just messed it up, couldn't tell where the finish line was overestimated the headwind massively, underestimated how short that finish is. I should have just kind of done my best sprint. If I'm gonna sprint, my sprint is a long sprint. It's like a 15-20 second sprint. That's where I can excel. I should have just launched early and tried to get the jump on them, but I didn't, and it was a big mistake. So it's a big learning curve. So yeah, you've got to make mistakes to learn. At least I got second place, but yeah, I'm looking forward to being in this position again and hopefully getting it right next time. So thanks for watching, guys. If you like these videos, do subscribe, that would help, and yeah, give me a like, and hopefully I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks very much.